Hi guys, my name is Nick. Today I will be talking to you about RSV. So, what is RSV? Does anybody know? It affects all kids, mostly infants and adults, but it affects all people too. Simply put, RSV is respiratory syncytial virus. It is a virus. Unfortunately, my slideshow is having some difficulty, so as we go through a slideshow, I'm going to walk up and show you. Some common symptoms of RSV are that it's usually just mild and cold-like. You know, your basic cough. However, it can be very serious, especially for infants and older adults. RSV is the most common cause of bronchiolitis, an inflammation of the small airways in the lung. It can sometimes lead to a pneumonia, and children younger than 1 year of age can get RSV. When children of 1 year age or younger get RSV, it can be very serious. So, RSV can be transmitted usually by cough or sneeze. It can be airborne, which means that when you cough or sneeze, it can go in your eyes, mouth, or nose and get into your mucosa. If you have direct contact with the virus, you could be simply kissing a child's face, kiss him on the hand. You know, kid goes to daycare, he's playing with other children because daycare is a petri dish. He comes home and you take his coat off, you're having direct contact with the child in RSV. From that, you could get RSV. Some facts of RSV are that each year in the United States, an estimated 58,000 to 80,000 children get RSV. That's a ton of kids. And every year, approximately 60,000 to 120,000 older adults are also hospitalized for RSV. That's a lot of older adults. Of all those people, not all of them die, but approximately 6,000 to 10,000 older adults will die. That's a lot of people. It's really sad. Now, most children ages 2 years and up have had RSV in their life. But the people at high risk are premature infants. This is the infants that are 6 months or younger. This is because they have essentially no immune system. Now, an infant with no immune system could be really susceptible. An older adult with a broken down immune system could also be really susceptible. So some early symptoms of RSV are you might have a runny nose, a decrease in appetite, you could have a cough, which may progress to wheezing or difficulty breathing. These are really basic early symptoms. So sometimes it's really hard to tell if you've had RSV. A lot of people get RSV in their lifetime, not just kids, not just older adults. And they don't even know. They think it's just a random cold. I'm just sick. So anywho, RSV in young infants, it can be displayed as irritability, a decreased appetite. You know, kids sometimes just aren't hungry, but in young infants, that can be a problem. It can be displayed as decreased activity. It can be displayed as apnea. Now, apnea is a period of usually 5 to 10 seconds where the child is just not breathing. RSV in older adults can be displayed as infections, and it can be very dangerous. In older adults, especially those that are 65 years and older, it also can be very dangerous with adults with chronic heart or lung disease and adults with weakened immune systems, as I said before. Now, continuing on with our slideshow, let me see if I can just make sure the picture's up right there. So, severe RSV infection in adults can sometimes lead to worsening conditions as asthma, same with children. It can lead to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. It also can lead to congestive heart failure. Congestive heart failure is very serious. When older adults get RSV, they may have mild symptoms, but some of the symptoms can worsen and develop into a lung infection or pneumonia. Now, pneumonia is essentially infection of the lung. With kids, they can also have asthma, and they can have worsening conditions. My daughter, a little backstory here, she's going to be 3 in a few days. We're celebrating her birthday tomorrow, actually. Woohoo! Anywho, about a year and a half ago, she was having a lot of trouble coughing and sneezing, and she had a fever at one point. And we thought it was, just the flu, wasn't COVID, and I'm pretty sure it was RSV. Now she has a nebulizer treatment that she has to use whenever she's sick. So what they diagnosed her with was reactive airway disease secondary to illness. Now reactive airway disease is basically asthma. Asthma is classified as reactive airway disease. But I'm pretty sure that it's RSV because my wife had RSV earlier and then my daughter got it. So now she's got reactive airway disease secondary illness for the rest of her life. It's horrible. So RSV affects not just young infants and not just older adults, but everyone. Now, unfortunately, there is no vaccination, which is terrible. It's awful there's no vaccination, but it is what it is. So, with many viruses and COVID, there are vaccines. There isn't one for RSV. So the way to prevent you from getting RSV is to take the proper precautions, wash your hands, always wash your hands. That's very beneficial. Sometimes it's the only thing you can do. Eat healthily, drink lots of water, get plenty of rest, try to get your 8 hours a night, and minimize your contact with people that have suspected RSV. And in closing, right now, you guys are hearing about RSV probably in the news and whatnot because beds in hospitals, there's just no beds. So kids are going to hospitals, they're sitting in the ER for hours where they literally are being treated. And they're being treated there because they can't get a bed. So RSV is affecting the population this year a lot. That's why I chose this topic. Hope you guys learned something. Thank you for your time. Now you know what RSV is. Take care. Have a great night. Or day. Whatever it is. Bye-bye.